Have to admit, I've never been a huge Jeep Wrangler type of guy. I can appreciate their capabilities though. They can pretty well go anywhere, but you do suffer for that on-road. So they're more of a niche off-road vehicle. And then you get the Unlimited 4-door, which really opened the market up to a lot more people, including myself. I started buying into that because with that longer wheelbase, you get better on-road performance and of course, more room in the back for passengers. And then last year at the LA Auto Show, Jeep blew my mind when they introduced the all-new Gladiator truck. It just oozed adventure lifestyle. And all of a sudden I realized I want a Jeep. I want a Gladiator. Here it is. Of course, the Gladiator is unmistakably a Jeep, and it should be because this is built off the Ultimate 4-door. You get that 7-slot grille, but this one is a little bit larger for the Gladiator to get more air in, but it just looks really commanding, especially in this red. You get this tough looking louvered hood. Look at this thing, look at the bumpers. That's metal. It's very, very rugged. Performance LED headlamps as well as LED markers as well. This is equipped with very aggressive Falcon Wild Peak tires mounted on 17-inch rims. Then you get these huge fender flares. This is a trail rated 4x4. Should have noticed, obviously, this is the Rubicon edition, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the off-road goodies that this one gets, but it is trail rated and it has done the Rubicon trails, so it is a very extremely capable Jeep. In behind both the front and rear tires, you can see the Fox off-road shocks that this Gladiator has. Now this only comes on the Rubicon Gladiator. Even the Ultimate Rubicon does not have the Fox shocks on it. Also, you get this rock guard here. Now this is solid. It is connected to the frame. You could jack on all different points on it. Plus, if you're gonna get overhung on any type of off-road or rocks, it's gonna really help you support all that weight of this vehicle. 4 doors here. These doors do come off, and that's a cool thing about the Jeeps is the tops come off. This has the Freedom top, so the 2 tops come off very easily, and then the rear section, you have a little toolkit. You have to take some screws out to take that back part off, and then taking off the doors, it's as easy as a couple torques under here and unplug the wiring, and the doors come right off. You can even take the wipers off and fold the windshield down. This really can be the true open ear experience, especially off-road. Now, mind you, wherever you live, you got to check the laws because in some jurisdictions, it's illegal to drive without the doors on if your car was manufactured with doors. And onto the back, this is where it gets a little bit different. This wheelbase is longer than the Ultimate 4-door for sure, and you have your 5-foot box. Now this is equipped with an optional roll-up tonneau cover. I highly recommend it. It works really, really well, and it's super easy. So you just open up this tailgate, which by the way is assisted, so it doesn't slam down, and you just pop that open and just roll. There's a little lever here. You just pull and you can just roll that whole thing right up all the way to the end, and you can strap it up like that. Inside the box you have LED lighting, you have lots of tie-down areas, as well as a 400-watt electrical outlet. Okay, the inside of this Gladiator Rubicon is pretty well the same in the front as you'd find in the Ultimate Rubicon. It's all business. You have your windshield right in front of you, so you have a fairly short dash. What I like about it though, you have quite a bit of storage room, like little areas, like even up top here, you can put your phone and your sunglasses. Up here on the doors, you have netting, so they're really configurable to whatever you put in them. I put water bottles or sunglasses, and things don't rattle around because it keeps everything tight and tidy. Up front, this has the optional 8.4-inch Uconnect system. Standard is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very easy system to use. Standard screen is 7 inches, this is 8.4. And below, I like how on their dials, volume control, your selector, your fan control, they have large knurled knobbies, let's just say. So easy to grab. If you had gloves on, no problem whatsoever, easy to control. I wish actually they had dials for the temperature control instead of buttons. That's one thing. Below that, you have your center mounted window switches. I think they want to keep everything in the middle away from the door in case you take the doors off. And you have a 12-volt outlet, your USB, as well as a USB-C, so they're future-proofing themselves, your auxiliary in. Speaking of auxiliary, this has 4 auxiliary buttons below that, and what that's for is you can configure those buttons for other accessories you want to add. Let's say you want to add a light bar or a winch. You can control the power with those auxiliary buttons there. Since this is the Rubicon, it also gets a locking rear and front differential, so you can select rear only or front and rear right in this red area. You have off-road plus mode in the Rubicon, as well as disconnectable sway bar. So what that is when you're in 4 low and you need more articulation, you can disconnect that sway bar electronically. How cool is that? Big, huge gear shifter. Once again, everything's kind of big, easy to grab onto, and you have your manual 4-wheel drive selector, standard or cloth seats, or you can opt for leather like this one does. Now in the rear seat, like the Unlimited, you get more leg room. I've had the kids in here all week long, that's why I got the 2 kids seats, but the seats do fold up and there is storage underneath them as well. Let's go for a drive. Powering the Gladiator standard across the board is a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 engine, puts out 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. And like I said, if you get the kind of the base sport model up to the Rubicon, it's still the same engine. That's matched to, on this one, an 8-speed automatic transmission, or it comes standard with a 6-speed manual for those who wish to shift their own gears. The power delivery and the shifting is quite smooth. This is equipped with auto start stop. There is a button on the dash where you can turn that on or off. So when you come to a light like we're coming to right now, when we stop, there you go. The engine kicks off. That's going to save a little bit of fuel. But when you do start up, I do find this isn't as seamless as some other systems. Let's try it out here. Here we go. Yeah, it's not a big deal. By having that on, you are definitely going to probably save some fuel if you're driving this within the city. Let's talk about the drive, especially on road. We mentioned that this is a lot longer than the regular Wrangler and longer than the Unlimited as well. And that longer wheelbase definitely is noticeable. It is less susceptible to be twitchy, let's say, in maneuvering. It's quite smooth because of that extra long wheelbase. The ride itself the shocks are really good actually on road. There is a little bit of tire noise and you can feel the tires a little bit, but these are big 33-inch off-road tires, so that's to be expected. I don't mind it too much. There is a little bit of a dead spot in steering wise though, and you'll find yourself when you're driving it on the road that you might have to correct a little bit more than normal compared to your regular car. So can you use this for everyday driving? Absolutely. I've had it for a week. Our family took a little bit of a getaway vacation. We packed up that back bed with everything from noodles to bicycles. I had a bike rack on the back. It just gobbled everything up, no problem. We drove it in the city, and the best thing about it is even though you're sitting so high up with these big, huge tires and it has 10 inches of clearance, you can still fit in underground parking lots. There wasn't an underground lot that I went to that I wouldn't fit. It was close. It felt like you're really close, but it does fit. Here we are going up a hill, and let's see how this transmission reacts. Perfect shifts at the right time. I was hoping it wouldn't actually shift up too early, and it didn't. Now, one thing I do believe, unlike people that are buying like Mercedes G-Wagons or Range Rovers, I think that people that are buying brand new Jeeps actually do take them off-road. I went and checked out online a whole bunch of forums, a lot of Jeep forums, and yeah, this is a vehicle that you would take it out of the showroom and actually probably do a little off-roading. Now, speaking of off-roading, we mentioned this does have the Rubicon package, the big 33-inch tires, the rock guard, Fox shocks, all those things. Plus, instead of the command track system for their four-wheel drive system, this is equipped with a rock track system. So how good is this off-road? Well, there aren't a lot of places to take this off-road within the city, but I did find a little spot where there's some good ruts, there's some sand, and some pretty gnarly hills that a regular SUV you probably wouldn't take up. And how did it handle? Like a champ. Now, the approach angles are the same, but the departure angles are obviously different because of how much longer this wheelbase is. And what does that give you? Well, yeah, it's not as nimble as, let's say, if you went and got a two-door Wrangler. Of course, you'd be able to do some heavy duty rock crawling, but it's definitely still way more capable than most anything out there. If you do end up getting a little bit high centered in the middle, that's what the rock guards are for, that's what the skid plates are for. But anyways, yeah, you put that into 4 low, you have control of your front and rear diffs, and this thing will pretty well conquer anything. It might just take you a little bit longer because of that longer wheelbase. So the question I asked when this was launched last year is, why would you buy a regular Wrangler when you could buy the Gladiator? Well, there's a couple reasons. First of all, the regular Wrangler has a shorter wheelbase, so if you are into some heavy duty 4x4ing, I mean hardcore rock climbing, you want that shorter wheelbase. And the price, this is about $5,500 more than the Wrangler Unlimited. So we're going 4-door to 4-door here. If it was my money, I'd get the Gladiator. Why? Because you get so much more. You get all the goodness of the Unlimited, but you get that great 5-foot box, which you could throw a couple dirt bikes in there, all the camping gear like we did. There's so many things you could use this for, and you still have amazing capability of the 4x4 system. Plus, the payload is 1,600 pounds in the back, and it is double for towing the capacity of the regular Wrangler. Instead of 3,500 pounds, this will tow 7,000 pounds, and if you get the towing package, it'll tow 7,650 pounds. And I forgot to mention, this is the only pickup truck in the class, or of any class really, that's convertible. Take off this roof, take off that roof, take off the doors, put that windshield down. You have the ultimate open air experience. I have to commend Jeep. They've created a vehicle that not only impressed me when it first came out, it impresses me after driving it for a week. It makes me want to go out and do things. If I own this, I think I actually might pick up some other hobbies where I could use this Jeep. One being going off-roading. It's a lot of fun. The kids had a lot of fun, but having that versatility to throw the dirt bike in, throw the bicycles in back there, just all the things you get for having a pickup truck, you get all that, and you get something in a very cool package. So that's it for today. If you want to see more everyday reviews, make sure you subscribe, because in the next few weeks there's some really cool things coming out. And leave a comment below. If you own a new Jeep, tell me, do you take it off-road? Take care. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more everyday reviews, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.